Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English World channel. I'm Emily. I'm really glad you're here today. Take a moment. There's no rush. You can just listen.
Hello, Emily. And hello to everyone listening. It feels good to be here again. It feels familiar, like sitting down after a long day.
Yes, that's a nice way to describe it. Just sitting, not trying, not fixing anything.
Exactly. Sometimes we don't need energy. We just need space.
I hope our listeners feel that too, wherever they are. At home, outside, or maybe just resting.
You don't need to do anything right now. Listening is enough.
Emily, how are you feeling today?
I feel calm, a little quiet, not tired, not excited, just steady.
That sounds comfortable. I feel similar, a little slow today, and that feels okay.
Some days are like that, and those days are good for talking.
Yes, talking without pressure, without trying to sound smart.
Just speaking as we are.
You know, many people listening feel something similar. They want to speak, but they hesitate.
Yes, that pause before speaking, that moment of doubt.
The words are there, but the voice doesn't come.
And that can feel frustrating.
Very frustrating, and sometimes confusing.
People often think, there's something wrong with me.
But there isn't. That feeling is very common.
Very human.
And today, we want to talk about that gently.
Not to fix it fast, not to push it away,
Just to understand it better.
because understanding brings calm.
Many people say, I understand English, but I can't speak.
I hear that all the time.
And usually, the problem is not English.
It's fear.
Yes, quiet fear, not loud fear.
Fear of mistakes, fear of sounding wrong, fear of being judged.
Even when no one is judging.
That's the hardest part.
So today's topic is important. We're talking about how to start speaking English even when fear is there.
Not after fear disappears, but while it's still present.
Because waiting for fear to leave can take a long time.
And life keeps moving.
Conversations keep happening.
Opportunities pass.
But speaking doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be confident.
It can be small. It can be slow.
It can be soft.
Confidence often comes later.
After speaking once. Then again, then again.
Little by little.
Paul, do you remember feeling this way?
Yes, very clearly. I knew what I wanted to say, but my body felt tight.
That tight feeling is familiar.
My thoughts rushed. My voice felt stuck.
And telling yourself don't be afraid didn't help.
Not at all. It made it worse.
Fear doesn't like pressure.
It needs patience,
And kindness.
especially kindness towards yourself.
That's something many learners forget.
They are kind to others, but not to themselves.
And learning needs kindness.
Without it, everything feels harder.
So today, we're not teaching rules.
We're sharing understanding
We're talking like real people.
about real feelings.
If you're listening right now and this feels familiar,
You're not alone,
not even a little.
and nothing is wrong with you.
You're learning, and learning takes time
And space.
and gentle starts.
And that's exactly what we're doing here. Just starting. Slowly.
You know, Paul, when people talk about fear, they often imagine something dramatic, but real fear feels quiet.
Yes. It's not panic. It's not shaking. It's just a small, tight feeling inside.
That tight feeling before you speak, right when your mind says, I know this, but your voice hesitates.
Exactly. That pause. That invisible pause where everything stops for a second.
And that second can feel very long.
Very long. Sometimes it feels longer than the whole conversation.
Yes, and people around you don't even notice it.
But inside, it feels loud.
I think that's important. Fear is mostly internal.
Very internal. Other people aren't usually watching closely.
But fear tells us they are.
Fear is a storyteller, and not a kind one.
That's true. Fear creates stories very easily.
Stories like, they will laugh, they will judge, they will think I'm not smart.
Even when no one said anything.
Even when people are kind,
That's why telling someone, don't be afraid, doesn't really help.
no, it usually makes things worse.
Because fear doesn't listen to commands.
It listens to experience.
Experience comes from action. Small action.
Very small. Not speeches, not long explanations.
Sometimes just one word.
Sometimes just a sound. Like,
Yes, even that is a start.
I remember a moment like that. I wanted to answer a question. My mind was ready. My voice was not.
What did you do?
I said, and stopped. But I didn't leave the moment.
That's important. You stayed.
Yes. And after that, the next word came.
That's such a real experience. Fear loosens when we stay.
Exactly. Fear tightens when we escape.
Many learners escape silently. They smile, they nod, they stay quiet.
I did that too, for a long time.
And people often say, I'll speak when I feel confident. But confidence doesn't arrive first.
It comes after speaking.
After many small moments, not one big one.
That's why waiting can feel safe, but it doesn't help.
Waiting keeps fear comfortable.
But speaking, even softly, changes the balance.
It tells fear, I can do this slowly.
I like that. Slowly is powerful.
Yes, fast is not required.
Many people think, I must speak fluently.
But fluency grows later.
First comes permission. Permission to sound imperfect.
To pause, to restart, to correct yourself.
That's how real speech works.
Even in our own language.
Yes, we forget words all the time.
We change sentences halfway. We repeat ourselves.
And nobody stops listening. Because meaning matters more than form.
That's such an important point.
Fear focuses on form. People focus on meaning.
When learners realize that, something relaxes inside.
Their shoulders drop a little.
Their breathing slows.
And their voice feels more available.
Have you noticed fear often lives in the body?
Very much. In the chest, in the throat.
That's why breathing helps.
A small breath before speaking can change a lot.
Not to calm perfectly, just enough.
Enough to speak one sentence.
Or even half a sentence.
Half is fine. Sometimes stopping mid-sentence is still success.
Because you started.
Starting is the hardest part.
Always. Once words begin, they often want to continue.
Like opening a door,
Yes, the door is heavy at first.
but lighter after.
If someone listening right now feels stuck,
I want them to hear this clearly.
you don't need courage first.
You need permission.
Permission to try.
Permission to be slow.
Permission to be human.
Fear does not mean failure,
It means you're learning.
and learning is movement,
Movement is messy.
but very alive.
And every small attempt changes something inside.
Even if you don't notice it yet.
Fear shrinks quietly.
Confidence grows quietly too.
They rarely announce themselves,
They just shift,
little by little.
moment by moment.
And that's how speaking begins. You know, Paul, when people hear the word practice, they often imagine something heavy.
Yes, like studying for hours or repeating sentences again and again until their head feels tired.
Exactly. Practice starts to feel like pressure instead of support.
And pressure makes speaking harder, not easier.
That's something many learners don't realize. They think they need more effort, but often they need less.
Less forcing, less judging, less comparing.
Practice doesn't need to look serious. It doesn't need to feel strict.
Sometimes practice is just noticing. Noticing how words feel in your mouth. Noticing when your body relaxes.
That awareness matters more than people think.
I remember when I stopped trying to sound good and started trying to sound real.
That's a big shift, and it changes everything.
My sentences didn't get longer, they didn't get smarter, but they felt easier.
Ease is powerful. It gives you space to continue,
And when speaking feels easier, you speak more often.
which means you practice without realizing it.
That's the best kind of practice.
Some people ask, how much should I practice every day?
And honestly, that question can be unhelpful.
Because it turns practice into a task, something to measure, something to fail at.
Instead, it helps to ask a softer question.
Like, where can I let English exist today?
Maybe it's one sentence. Maybe it's a short thought. Maybe it's just listening and responding quietly.
All of that counts. None of it is wasted.
Practice doesn't always mean speaking out loud. Sometimes it means preparing gently inside.
Yes, thinking in English, responding silently, repeating a phrase once.
Those moments build familiarity, and familiarity builds confidence.
Not loud confidence, not dramatic confidence,
But quiet confidence, the kind that feels steady.
the kind that stays with you even when you feel unsure.
I think people underestimate that. They want big change quickly.
But language grows slowly, like trust, like comfort.
And slow growth feels safer, more stable.
When practice feels safe, you come back to it.
And coming back is what matters most.
Not perfection, not speed, just returning.
Again and again, in your own way, at your own pace.
That's a practice mindset. Not pushing, not proving.
Just allowing yourself to speak as you are today.
You know, Paul, as we slowly come toward the end, I'm noticing something in myself.
Yeah? What are you noticing?
I feel lighter. Not excited, not emotional, just lighter. It's a quiet feeling.
Yeah, I get that. It feels like setting something down that you didn't even realize you were carrying.
Yes, exactly. Like letting go of quiet tension, the kind that sits there for a long time.
That feels like a good place to finish. Not rushed, not forced, just soft.
I think many people listening right now might feel something similar right now, even if they can't explain it.
Especially if this topic touched something personal for them.
Because fear around speaking, it can live very quietly inside people.
Yeah, and people carry it alone.
They don't always talk about it. They just avoid situations or stay silent.
Or they tell themselves, I'll speak later. I've said that before.
Me too. But later keeps moving. It doesn't really wait.
And time just passes.
So ending this conversation gently feels important. Not dramatic, not loud.
Yeah, just reassuring.
If you're listening right now, I want you to hear this slowly.
You don't need to rush it.
You don't need to feel brave. Not today. Not yet.
You don't need confidence first. That usually comes later anyway.
You don't need perfect grammar or perfect pronunciation.
You don't even need clear sentences all the time.
You only need permission. And honestly, that permission can come from you.
Permission to try. Permission to pause. Permission to sound unsure.
Because uncertainty, it's part of learning. It always has been.
Learning is not a performance. It's not something you show.
It's something you move through, slowly.
Some days you move forward. It feels good.
Some days you stay still. That's okay too.
And some days you feel like you step back.
Yeah, and even that is normal.
None of this means failure. It just means you're human.
If fear shows up when you speak, you don't need to fight it.
You can notice it and still continue very gently.
Fear often gets smaller when it isn't pushed away.
It relaxes when it's allowed to exist.
That's something many people don't realize.
They think fear must disappear first, but it usually doesn't.
Fear often leaves after action begins, even small action.
Like saying one sentence or answering briefly.
Or not stopping yourself halfway through a thought.
Those moments matter more than people think.
They build trust with the language and with yourself.
And that trust, it grows quietly. You don't notice it right away.
One day, you suddenly realize you're speaking and you're not watching yourself anymore.
You're listening, you're responding, you're just there. That moment feels surprising.
And very real.
Not perfect, not fluent, but honest and natural.
And honestly, that's more than enough. So if today felt calm or familiar or comforting in any way,
Hold on to that feeling, even a little.
you can come back to it when things feel hard again.
It's always there. You don't lose it.
We're really grateful you spent this time with us.
Yeah, thank you for listening so patiently.
Thank you for being present. That matters.
And thank you for trusting yourself enough to sit here and listen.
If this space feels helpful to you,
Please stay with us. Subscribe to English World.
and if you feel like it, you can give this video a like.
It helps this calm space reach more people who need it.
And if someone you know is afraid to speak English,
Sharing this might help them feel a little less alone.
before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with one thought.
Not homework, not pressure.
Just a gentle idea.
What is one small moment today where English can exist naturally?
It could be a thought, a word, or just listening.
It doesn't need to be spoken. It just needs to feel possible.
That is enough. Truly.
We'll be back soon with another quiet conversation.
Until then, be patient with yourself.
Be kind, even on the hard days.
And keep going. Slowly. At your own pace.
Bye, and see you next time.